Okay, so if you've been with me since the beginning, you've probably watched about like an hour of doing this portrait. I'm gonna go in now and do some erasing, and that's gonna bring out the brightness of Miss Stella's face. Uh, I'm gonna go back to the original photo and see if that will help me with the shading or the erasing part. So I'm just going to erase a zigzag around the mouth, and then I'm going to do some really intentional lines of erasing that I am then going to shade underneath. And it looks like her little cheeks erase out like that, and like this, and that there's a little bit less there. And then there's some lines. And then she's got really prominent eyebrow on both sides. So that can be expressed with lines going straight up. And then she's got those gorgeous kind of emperor penguin looking curves around. And then she's got highlights underneath both eyes. And then she really has a lot less shading in her chest than I thought. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to start adding more like detail below those longer hairs to show more prominence in the chin and whiskery area so that I also know where to add shading on her chest. These will be kind of guidelines. And it's important to make them look kind of natural, so you're kind of like, you're not trying to color like super like straight. You're working on curving and looking for the direction of the lines. So that's really only what's going to create that feeling of movement on the dog's face and in the dog's expression. Seems like right here there's a great deal of black and that I may have overshot it in the drawing. Someone go in and kind of fix that a little bit. That's what was bothering me. Now I think I've got it. I'm going to add some little extra lines. Now, in order to shape her face more correctly, I'm going to go in and erase some of that extra stuff that she doesn't need. Okay, so now I need to work on the ear, which I'm gonna, all of her hair on the ear is going kind of in this direction instead of like side to side. And it fades. And then there's kind of a situation here. It gets real dark, like right in here, and right in here. And then so her other ear, there's whiteness, but it's less visible. And here, she's got the top of her head. It's just not as, it's a little kind of gray because there's a highlight. So I'm gonna do this deal, kind of. So this drawing is all about layering and adding in and erasing, and so I'm gonna add in some lines to make it look more natural. Little mustache. That beard is just so cute and difficult. Okay. So this is like the best erasing tool ever. It makes it so you can erase out lines, and that's really, really helpful when you're trying to create continuity, which means like the same or similar style. And since I'm using a lot of lines for drawing this portrait and all the pet portraits I do, it's important that the erasing is also done kind of linearly. So this eraser is the pencil eraser, which can be sharpened, and this is where you get the opportunity to erase out the little tiny white lines of hair that sort of appear everywhere. And let's see. Sometimes I just like to scribble a little bit. It's me gagas out. I'm gonna have to work on her eyes because they're not quite as expressive as I'd like. And now I'm gonna start working the body because the body needs some work. I'm not drawing her whole body, mostly just drawing or shading this part, which to me mostly looks dark. So I'm going to use the ebony pencil, and this time I'm going to use it on its side. So I'm trying to get like true black. This is a black dog, and so far she looks more like white and gray than black. So I'm going to go in, just kind of pay attention to where some of this stuff is happening. And again, doing different directions gives a lot more texture and feel to the drawing. Make sure you hit all the edges of the page. So let's see. And the tail is important. So she has really wiry hair, and that can be difficult to achieve. One of the last things you do is add detail, which will be in my next video after I blend everything. So that's the other thing, is that like the white hair isn't just white, there's shadows. So blending in the direction of everything that's been drawn so that more of the highlights will come out and look more realistic. So far, this is what I've got based on this photo. It's starting to look a little more correct. The last video will be more erasing and details.